Pro Expo in beautiful Plano, Texas. We are joined here with Mr. Gary Weaver. He's a brilliant custom toy creator and stuff like that. Talk about what you do, man.
Thank you. Well, my 9-to-5 is an architect. I'm a licensed architect up in Oklahoma, and it started in about 1995. I got into making custom action figures, and in 95 came to set up at a Dallas toy show put on by Ben, one of his first ever shows, and just started doing those for about 10 years. Took a break, got married, real life, all that jazz, and got back into custom figures about 4 or 5 years ago, and just now created ToyWeaver. So
it's very, very cool. And you've got a lot of diversified stuff. You've got stuff you've mishmashed. Like I see some Snaggletooths. So they got some Star Trek motifs as well as on your Facebook. And you've got these Tron-inspired R2 units and all. Talk about these R2s. You got a Slurpee one too.
It was just playing around with different parts and pieces, and was working with different colored resins. And I just had a mold sitting around and said, well, I'll try a random color. I was collecting some Tron figures at the time, vintage, for my own collection. And the old Tomy NECA toys, And next thing you know, it's like, well, we could change the graphics, and it's just a sticker on an R2. It's nothing hard. And next thing you know, I created the Grid Wars concept, where it's random programs that assist the users in their fight against the NPCs. So each little droid corresponds to a character from the movie.
It's totally awesome. You've done a lot of this stuff. What's some of the hot sellers y'all sold out this weekend?
The Slurpee droids. Shocking how many people want those little things. And they're just little random droids with multicolored heads. So they turned out really, really well. Everyone has been laughing about the Tiger King custom. So why could you not? So it's been a really good time. So we've had a great time with it.
It's really cool. And you've got these last Starfighter gizmos. You talk a little about that. And you got this cool car here too.
Last Starfighter. In '84, they fully intended to make a line of figures. It just never took off. Probably because they didn't want to compete against the other big sci-fi juggernaut, Star Wars, at the time. And Galoob made a series of prototypes that disappeared for years and were found probably about 10 years ago. So people know what they look like. They were based off MASH figures or other random toy lines of the time. And I took the Star Wars style aesthetic, that 3 3/4 inch look, straight legs, straight arms, not really dynamic poses. Kenner look, playing off of if Kenner got the license, what could they do with it in 84, 85? And started with Alex and Grigg in their pilot outfits, did some variations with the helmets, and then once you do 2, you have to do the rest. So then there became Zur and the Krill Commander, the We Die guy with the eye visor. And next thing you know, it's like I gotta have a vehicle. So I started mocking up the Star Car, and I have plans in the work for the Gunstar. So that will be about 18 to 20 inches tall, scaled down for an action figure.
That is totally awesome. And these things, how long did it take you to kind of design this Star Car here? But what's his name's car?
Centauri Star Car. The trick to that was trying to find the proper scale that works for an action figure, but also works for as a model. And luckily, Ron Cobb's original design drawings are almost identical to what they used for the actual film. So, for the CG models that were in the film, and also the real-life car. So, I was able to find Ron Cobb's drawings online and use that as a basis to do it. So, proportionally, it's almost exactly the same as the original car. And then finding that sweet spot where you can open the front door and open the back door and fit 2 figures into it made it just about 10 inches long. So it'll be a great little model when it's done. But right now I've only gotten so far as the foam core mock-up.
Totally cool. And you have all this jazz you're doing. Is there anything particular that you're looking forward to creating next or anything like that?
I have a list. And the list is all weird 80 movies that never got toy lines. After I get my last Starfighter stuff done, I want to work on Enemy Mine. Dennis Quaid, Explorers. I always thought the little pod would be great. A friend of mine in California has made a scaled model of the Phoenix, or the Thunder Road. And I want to do it for 3 3/4 inch scale with the kids and the 2 aliens. I love Robert Picardo, so he did a great job in that movie. And then he was in like 3 different roles in that movie, so it was great.
There's also an Innerspace, I believe, is the cowboy with Dennis Quaid, right?
And once you do a round pod in one movie, you have to do a round pod in another movie. So Innerspace is on my list. I want to do a cowboy and a Martin Short and the pod. Yes. So I've got a whole list. I'll be busy for the next decade, probably, at the rate I'm going.
Well, wrapping up, what's a website or Facebook or something people can find out about your awesome work, man?
If you go to Facebook, just search for ToyWeaver as one word, and it's ToyWeaver Customs, and it pops right up.
Awesome, Mr. Gary. Pleasure's talking to you, brother. Check out his page, ToyWeaver, on Facebook. Owen with Sci-Fiction McGill Media. Signing off. If you enjoy this video and would like to contribute, go to patreon.com/sci-fiction, where we will be giving away a Star Wars X-Wing Starfighter Lego set when we reach 50 patrons. So make sure you're subscribed so you can join in the discussion as we continue to cover all things sci-fi and beyond. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.